Choose to come and march here in Dubuque with Dubuquers.
Well, I mean, Dubuque really demonstrates the power of organized labor. I'm a former union side labor lawyer before I even got into this politics. To be here, Teamsters, IBW, carpenters, and everybody else, and put together a great parade, but it's also just a great community.
So, one thing I often hear about is that you feel that you are the best candidate to defeat Donald Trump. And I'd like you to just kind of explain that for me a little bit as far as why you feel that with all the candidates that there are this year, what makes you the most qualified to beat Donald Trump?
I mean, we're in a county that didn't vote Republican since Eisenhower. We got to be able to win back places that we lost. I'm the only one in this field that actually won a Trump state. Donald Trump took Montana by 20 when I was on the ballot. I won by 4. 25 to 30% of my voters voted for Donald Trump. We have to be able to win back places we lost if we're going to win this election. And that's not just nationally. I mean, when a 30-year county's win Obama, Trump, it's important to have somebody at the top of the ticket to make sure that you can take your state legislature back. Also, being outside of Washington, D.C., and as a governor, I take a little bit different perspective. Like often Washington, D.C. has kind of become a place where talking has been a replacement for doing. And as a governor, you don't have that luxury. I've also been able to actually bridge divides, get meaningful things and progressive things done for people. Everything. We have the fourth lowest tuition fees in the nation. We're kicking dark money out of our elections.
So, how do you feel as though, I mean, in the Republican, very centric Montana, I mean, how do you bridge that gap? I mean, what's the secret to reaching both sides?
I mean, first, I begin by actually showing up and listening. And I think far too often Democrats will just go to the big blue pockets and not try to get people along. I begin with the base assumption that most people actually want the same thing. They want a safe community, a decent job, a roof over their head, good public schools. So I campaign and I govern with those sort of values front and center. And also recognizing that most people what you really want is you want to believe that you could have a fair shot at better life. When the economy's not working for a lot of people, and that's Democrats and Republicans. When you're 30-year-old, you're only about half of them are doing better than parents were at age 30, which has really dropped over the years. And focusing on how do we make sure that people have better economic opportunities.
So you're talking about as far as Democrats and Republicans. I mean, do you think that's a disconnect that I guess both sides have right now as far as what it actually is concerning Americans? Or?
I think so. I mean, look, I don't think sort of the food fights of the day are what worries people. What worries people is whether they're going to be able to pay for their health care, or if the rural hospital is going to close down, or if they're going to be able to make it to the end of the month. I mean, 44% of Americans would have $400 in their pocket in case their car broke down or a medical emergency. I mean, that's what people are most focused on, just trying to have a better life.
And tell me about, it's obviously Labor Day, you're talking about a union town. I mean, what is your stance as far as on unions and I guess in a sense, assume trying to, bolster them again?
Yeah, well, I was union side labor lawyer before I ever got into this stuff, representing the Teamsters, teachers, IBW. And Montana's still a state where you can actually organize and collectively bargain for better wages and working conditions. It's been stripped back here in Iowa. When you look at, in about the last 40 years, 60% of Americans are working harder, and in real terms, they're actually making less. In part, that's as you've seen the decline. Union membership's half of what it was in the 1980s. So, ensuring that you have good, solid, strong unions not only helps us union members, but helps raise wages for everyone.